Hi, welcome back to What's Cooking in Worcester. I'm nutritionist Kelly Williams.
And I'm Katie Dorsch, dietitian at Atlantic General Hospital. Today I'm making a warm Brussels sprout salad.
And I have a quick and easy pumpkin mug cake. We have some delicious, low sugar, diabetes-friendly, blood sugar-friendly recipes for you today. So let's get started. So I'm here with Katie, and she is making a warm Brussels sprout salad for us today in celebration of National Diabetes Awareness Month. And Katie, tell us a little bit about why Brussels sprouts are such an ideal food for people with diabetes.
Sure. So first of all, it is November, so Brussels sprouts are in season. They also have a lot of fiber. They're considered a non-starchy vegetable, which is one of those things we really want to load up on. And this fiber is going to help us stay full for a long time. It's also going to keep blood sugar a little more stable.
I can't wait to try it. Let's get started.
So first we are going to need to either buy shredded Brussels sprouts, or we're going to need to buy whole Brussels sprouts and cut them up ourselves. So there's a couple ways to do that. First is we can either slice them thinly with a knife. I think the easier way to do it by hand is to cut them in half, and then you're going to take your knife and just thinly slice them. And so you get these nice thin shreds of Brussels sprouts. I also brought today a mandolin. We can put it up against our cutting board with the Brussels in my cutting glove hand, and we're just going to run it back and forth. That's done a lot quicker.
Yeah, that goes really fast.
Yeah, I bought a 16-ounce bag of Brussels sprouts.
And I love that you're making use of a fresh, in-season ingredient too. It's always important to try to, not just for the economics and the financial purposes of eating in season, but that's when you're going to get food at its freshest and best.
I think we've got enough Brussels for our salad. So next we're going to heat up a skillet, and we're just going to lightly saute these Brussels sprouts. So we're going to add some olive oil to the skillet. In the meantime, we can go ahead, there's a dressing that goes with the salad. So it's got about a tablespoon of Greek yogurt, and then we're going to add a couple teaspoons of whole grain mustard. We also have a teaspoon of maple syrup. You could also use honey.
Maple goes so well with Brussels sprouts. This is going to be delicious.
We're going to add about a teaspoon or so of salt, and then a little bit of lemon juice. So to squeeze our lemon a little bit, we're going to roll it back and forth because that helps kind of loosen it up and get some of that juice flowing. And we just need a couple teaspoons of this. One thing we forgot was to slice our shallot, which is also going to get sauteed with our Brussels sprouts. So we peel off the outer layers, and we're just going to slice this thinly.
Okay.
So we're going to cut off this top.
Now, if any of our viewers were for some reason unable to find shallots in their local store, would you substitute maybe just a lesser amount of onion, or what would you recommend?
Yeah, you could do just a little bit of thinly sliced red onion, or chopped red onion, even some sliced green onion or scallions would be good here.
Right, because that's a nice mild onion flavor as well.
It is. Sometimes the shallots can be hard to find in the store.
Yeah, it just depends where you shop, but look for them around the area where you find garlic and onions in the produce section. But again, if you can't find them, you could certainly substitute with any type of onion, as Katie mentioned.
So that is nice and thinly sliced. And then our dressing, we just need to add a little bit of pepper and whisk it all together.
Okay.
And we do also need to add a little bit of oil to this. It's about a tablespoon or so. So we'll whisk it all together. So our dressing's done. I think our oil should be ready by now. We'll go ahead and slide these. And our whole bag of shaved Brussels sprouts. So we're really just going to let this sit undisturbed for a minute or so, and then we'll toss them a little bit.
Okay.
Until they're just a little bit soft and wilty.
Great.
So we are going to go ahead and toss these warm sprouts right into our dressing. And then we have a couple extra special touches to add to this before we're totally done. So this recipe actually calls for pine nuts to be added. Pine nuts can be really expensive, so a good, less expensive alternative is walnuts. These are walnut pieces, but we're just going to chop them up a little bit more finely.
Walnuts are great, such a heart-healthy nut, so it's always great to be able to find new ways to include those. And a lot of people wouldn't think of pairing nuts with vegetables, especially not in a warm dish like this.
So these are kind of roughly chopped, so we're just going to toss these And our salad. Lastly, we're going to sprinkle just a little bit of shaved Parmesan cheese, which gives it a good salty flavor. And again, just toss that all together. So this can obviously be served right away. It also will keep for a few days in the refrigerator.
So it sounds like this would really be ideal for anyone who's looking to meal prep or make some things in advance that they could just kind of grab and go. So now we've got a great vegetable side dish, and what better way to finish off a delicious, heart-healthy meal than a little bit of dessert. So now we're going to move over, make a little dessert for one with my pumpkin spice mug cake. All right, so Katie, I don't know about you, but one of the things that my clients who are trying to watch their blood sugar really struggle with is feeling like they have to give up desserts or really having to watch their sugar.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's a common theme.
Yeah, so today I'm showing a really quick and easy pumpkin mug cake. Pumpkin because it's fall and this is the season for it, but also the mug cake allows somebody to make just one portion of something, which when you're trying to control your blood sugar is really helpful because you're not tempted with a whole pie or a whole plate of cookies. You can really just make something ideally one serving. Let's get started. So we're gonna just start with a standard mug. You could also just use any oven safe, microwave safe ramekin or bowl as well. And I'm just gonna give it a little spritz with some cooking spray. I'm starting off with almond flour, and I'm using almond flour instead of a traditional white or wheat flour because this helps, again, with our carbohydrate count. A little bit higher protein, a little bit of those healthy fats in there to help stabilize blood sugar. So I've got some almond flour. I'm gonna use equal parts almond flour and just regular canned pumpkin. Important here, look for the canned pure pumpkin, not the pie filling. That pie filling will get you every time. That is filled with sugar. So look for just the plain pumpkin. We're gonna crack an egg into this. And our mug's getting kind of full, so we're gonna give it a little bit of a stir before we incorporate the rest of the ingredients.
And the almond flour, did you buy that already ground or did you make your own almond flour?
Yeah, I did. I bought it ground right in the regular grocery store, but you can definitely make your own. You can buy almonds, put them through a food processor, and that's a great way to do it as well. And there are some other good flour alternatives. So if you are somebody who cannot have tree nuts and you're looking for another option, you could use an oat flour here. You could use a cassava flour. I wouldn't use coconut flour because that needs a different ratio of liquids, but there are a couple other options besides almond flour. This is a little bit of coconut sugar. You could even lower the carb content even more in this recipe by using an alternative sweetener that has no carbs at all. So, you know, something with an erythritol or a monk fruit or something like that, if you really needed to keep the carbs low. It's a pumpkin spice cake, so we have to have our pumpkin pie spice, and I'm gonna do just a dash of vanilla in there too. Okay, so looks like pretty much standard cake batter there, right? Now, whenever we're cooking something in the microwave, of course, microwave wattage varies. So you have to keep an eye on this, but what you're going for is a toothpick coming out clean. Might take 1 minute, might take 2 minutes in your microwave, just keep an eye on it. Always start with less and then add more time on as needed. So we're gonna pop this in the microwave. Okay, so this took just a couple minutes in the microwave, and as you can see, it's sort of pulling away from the edges of the mug, and it's springy, and I put a little fork in it, and it's not gooey anymore, so that's how we know it's ready. But it is a dessert, so we're gonna use a little bit of this whipped topping. This is low carb for 2 tablespoons, less than 1 gram of carbohydrate, so very blood sugar friendly. And a little goes a long way, so you can still really feel like you're giving yourself a treat without feeling like you're going overboard on the sugar content. And then I'm just gonna give it a little sprinkle of cinnamon over the top. And there we have our cake for one, and it's actually a really nice portion size, so you can still, you know, indulge and really enjoy it. And feel like you've given yourself some nutrition too, because that pumpkin, great source of vitamin A, great source of fiber, and then that almond flour is giving us a little bit of protein and those healthy fats that will help stabilize blood sugar.
Sounds delicious.
For the Worcester County Health Department, I'm Kelly Williams. This is Katie Dorsch from Atlantic General Hospital. Remember, eat healthy, be active, and prevent diabetes today.